Welcome to Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motoring news and features TV and online magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for.
On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss the progress of the Cavitec C5 Link project. Our road safety reminder on the Young Street Smarts portion centers on walking facing traffic. This week's Paying Super shall be about following loading and unloading rules. The public service segment centers on road inclusivity challenges. Showcase this week shall have the subcompact SUV from Volkswagen, the T-Cross SE.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are on this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Suzuki Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. They said the expanded Subic-Freeport Expressway will help boost travel to the former U.S. Naval Base. It looks like it certainly has, even under COVID-19 pandemic restrictions.
The Subic-Freeport Expressway, or SFX, reports that more than 1.3 million motorists have used the 8.2-kilometer tollway since the completion of the project to widen the tollway back in February of this year. The 1.6 billion peso SFX expansion project was declared completed last February, adding 16.4 new lane kilometers, 2 new bridges at Hadhad and Argonaut, and a new tunnel. The expansion project also involved the installation of LED lights along the tollway and raising the elevation and improving the drainage system at the Maritan Highway, Rizal Highway, Tipo Road Junction. The expanded SFX enabled better access and improved mobility in the Central Luzon region, offering opportunities for people and business alike, according to NLEX Corporation President and General Manager J. Luigi Bautista. It also promoted travel efficiency along the Pampanga-Bataan-Zambales corridor and helped keep trade and tourism industries afloat amidst the pandemic.
Infrastructure projects like the SFX expansion were completed even during various community quarantine restrictions. Many see them helping keep the economy moving in the short term and help it grow in the longer term. San Miguel Corporation is taking metro tollways to a different level with the Pasig River Expressway that just got the green light from the government.
San Miguel Corporation, or SMC, has gotten the green light to start construction of its proposed Pasig River Expressway. It's an elevated tollway that will run for around 19 kilometers along the banks of the Pasig River from Radial Road 10 in the city of Manila to C6 Road in Taguig. The Supplemental Toll Operations Agreement, or STOA, for the PAREX project has been signed by DPWH Secretary Mark Villar, DOTR Secretary Arthur Tugade, Toll Regulatory Board Executive Director Alvin Carullo, and SMC President Ramon Ang. Groundbreaking rites have already been held along the Pasig River in Pandacan, Manila. The PAREX will not be an ordinary elevated tollway. Described as a hybrid transport infrastructure, the PAREX will integrate various modes of transportation, a bus rapid transit system, dedicated bike lanes, pedestrian walkways, and jogging paths. According to Ang, PAREX will also be for pedestrians and cyclists. It will not just be for motorized transportation and convenience, but also for maintaining our health and well-being. It will not just beautify the surroundings, it will rehabilitate the Pasig River and inspire urban renewal in Metro Manila. The PAREX will have three major segments. Segment 1 is from R10 to Plaza Azul, Manila. Segment 2 is from Pandacan to C5, and Segment 3 from C5 to C6. PAREX will also connect to and utilize a 2.7-kilometer portion of the new Skyway Stage 3 from Nagtahan to Plaza Azul.
SMC will foot the entire 95 billion peso cost of building this hybrid elevated expressway. The DPWH is looking to help put the NLEX connector on the fast track.
The DPWH is targeting to deliver the full right-of-way for the first section of the NLEX connector from the Caloocan Interchange to España Boulevard. This will allow NLEX Corporation to fast-track construction and complete the first 5-kilometer section of the 8-kilometer NLEX connector by the first quarter of next year. Meanwhile, the DPWH is working to begin construction of the 3-kilometer section of the NLEX connector from España to Santa Mesa within the year. The NLEX connector is a public-private partnership of the Metro Pacific Tollways-led NLEX Corporation and the DPWH. The 23 billion peso project aims to build an 8-kilometer elevated expressway that will extend the NLEX southward from the end of Segment 10 in C3 Road in Caloocan to PUP in Santa Mesa, where it will connect with the Skyway 3. The NLEX connector will have toll plazas and interchanges in C3 and España to serve an estimated 35,000 motorists daily and provide better access to Manila ports and airports such as Naiya and Clark. When completed, the NLEX connector will provide trucks and cargo haulers with 24/7 alternate route to the ports while reducing travel time between NLEX and South Luzon from 2 hours to just 20 minutes.
It should be noted that much of the NLEX connector is being built along the railroad tracks of the Philippine National Railways. Plans are afoot for building an integrated flyover and monorail transport system in Pasay City, and the DOTR is endorsing the project.
The DOTR is endorsing the unsolicited proposal of the SM Group to build an integrated monorail and flyover project in Pasay City. This is stated in a Memorandum of Agreement or MOA signed by DOTR Secretary Arthur Tugade and Pasay City Mayor Imelda Calixto Rubiano to support the integrated Pasay monorail and EDSA Tramo flyover extension project. The MOA said the monorail transit system will provide easy access to the Bay Area and the Pasay City Central Business District while helping ease traffic congestion, particularly on portions of Taft Avenue and the Jose W. Diokno Boulevard. The MOA was signed following a presentation of the project by SM Prime Holdings and the Pasay government. In endorsing the project, Secretary Tugade said this is designed to ease vehicle traffic and result in a much comfortable, efficient, and safe movement of commuters. The monorail project aims to be integrated and interoperable with other transportation systems, including the LRT-1, MRT-3, EDSA Busway, and EDSA Greenways. Secretary Tugade is hopeful that the unsolicited monorail and flyover project will quickly be approved by concerned government agencies.
Despite scant details about the project, commuters should be excited by the proposed monorail system that will provide quicker and safer access to the Bay Area and possibly the Mall of Asia. Those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. The Cavitex C5 Link project is slowly but surely progressing. How much of the work has already been completed and how it is already benefiting motorists will be discussed here on Motoring Forum.
Over the past few years, more toll roads are being constructed within Metro Manila. These toll roads are meant to provide a more seamless link from expressways to major thoroughfares and destinations within the metropolis, as well as to help decongest traffic at many perennially clogged streets. One such tollway project is what is now known as the Cavitex C5 Link. The Cavitex C5 Link is a joint venture of the Cavitex Infrastructure Corporation, or CIC, a subsidiary of Metro Pacific Tollways Corporation and the Philippine Reclamation Authority, or PRA. When fully completed, the 15 billion peso project will see 6 lanes, 3 in opposite directions. 7.7-kilometer tollways linking the Cavitex to the C5 road in Taguig, crossing over the SLEX. The project is divided into Segment 2 from the R1 interchange of Cavitex to the Sucat interchange and Segment 3 from the Sucat interchange to SLEX. Already, a segment of the C5 link has been completed and is now open to motorists. Since 2019, the segment known as 3A1 provides a faster alternate route from the Merville area to C5 Road. The toll gate at the 3A1 segment already features automatic license plate recognition or ALPR cameras to complete the RFID system for collecting toll. There are plans to install ALPR systems at all toll gates of the Cavitex. Meanwhile, construction is being facilitated on Segment 3A2 that stretches from E. Rodriguez to Merville and Segment 2 from Cavitex R1 Interchange to Sucat Interchange. Roberto Bontilla, President and General Manager of CIC, said the company and the PRA are proceeding with the construction for this vital infrastructure project amidst the challenges of stricter lockdown. Meanwhile, both are committed to ensure the welfare of workers and adherence to safety protocols in continuing construction of the project. The road works include ground improvements, concrete pouring, construction of slab deck, drainage system, and bridge substructure works. Construction of the Segment 3B from Sucat to E. Rodriguez is scheduled to begin in the first quarter of next year. At this time, the Cavitex C5 link is already 20% complete. Motorists are expected to enjoy faster travel time for the Cavitex to Taguig and Makati and vice versa when the C5 link is fully completed. It is estimated that the project will daily benefit at least 50,000 motorists from Taguig, Makati, Las Piñas, and Pasay.
Much still needs to be done, but there's no gainsaying the project will benefit motorists in the short and long run. That's a Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
You're back with us here on Motoring Today. We now have this week's valuable road safety tips, starting off with some road safety reminders from Toyota Motor Philippines. If you're walking the sidewalks of the road, it is always better and safer kung ikaw ay nakaharap sa direksyon kung saan papunta ang traffic. This way, meron ka pang oras para iligtas ang sarili kung sakaling makita mo na may paparating na aksidente. More motoring tips for you here on Motoring Today. Proper driver's demeanor while behind the wheel from Mitsubishi Motors Philippines.
Payong tsuper lang, kaibigan. Ako po si Jake, isang kapwa nyo tsuper. Loading and unloading ng mga pasahero sa tamang lugar lamang gawin.
May tamang lugar para magbaba at magsakay ng pasahero. Kaya doon ihinto ang iyong sasakyan. Iwasan makaabala sa ibang motorista, kaya itabi mo ang sasakyan mo. Huwag sa gitna ng daan pumarada. Huwag ka nang dumagdag sa problema natin sa kalsada. Matuto kang sumunod sa batas trapiko.
Kung ayaw mong maabala, huwag ka ring mangabala. Makisama ka, kaya't huwag basta humarang sa kalsada. Ito po si Jake Gonzalez, payong tsuper lang, kaibigan, mula sa isang kapwa nyo tsuper.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. World of Motorsports is next. We start with the latest news and developments.
The Formula V1 Race Challenge returns with round 1 held over 2 days of exciting action at the Clark International Speedway. 4 races were held over 2 days with 2 classes of competition. The Pro Class for racers with professional experience and the AM Class for aspiring racers with no previous experience at circuit racing. Race 1 saw Daniel Miranda of the Avengers Racing Team taking the checkered flag in the Pro Class ahead of former slalom king Milo Rivera in second and 2019 Formula V1 AM Class champion Red Diwa. Race 2 again saw Miranda and Rivera taking the top 2 places of the podium with Juicy Hoika of Grau Tool Racing in third. Rivera got the better of Miranda in Race 3 with Diwa again getting back on the podium in third. Race 4 saw only Hoika and Miranda classified on the podium with the Grau Tool driver on top and the Avengers Racing driver in second. In the AM Class, Julian Tang just beat Julian Neri across the finish line in Race 1 with Joaquin Garrido coming in a close third. Race 2 ended with the same set of podium finishers. Race 3 saw Garrido climbing up to second, dropping Neri down to third. Tang topped the AM Class anew. In the final race of round 1, Garrido climbed up another step, topping the race with Tang in second and Neri back in third. Round 2 of the Formula V1 Race Challenge takes place on December 4 and 5. The races will be streamed on Tuason Racing's Facebook page. Races 1 and 2 will be streamed on October 20, while races 3 and 4 will be streamed on October 27.
And that's this week's World of Motorsports. Motoring Today continues right after this break.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, He always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Suzuki Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
The all-new Isuzu Mu-X has arrived and it looks ready to take on all comers in the 7-seater midsize SUV segment. Ready to do battle in terms of exterior looks, interior comfort and convenience, smart connectivity, driver assist and safety technology, while still well armed with its reputation for reliability, power and performance. Isuzu Philippines President Hajime Koso appears confident that the arrival of the all-new Mu-X signals Isuzu's return as head of the pack with 5 warriors in the battlefront. There are 2 engine options, a new 4JJ3 TCX turbo engine with a 6-speed automatic transmission producing 190 PS of power and 450 Nm of torque, and the old reliable RZ4 ETC engine with better exhaust emission creating lower levels of noise and vibration and greater engine reliability and fuel economy. 3 trim levels are available, LS or Luxury Style, LSA or Luxury Style Advance, and the top-of-the-line LSE or Luxury Style Elegance that comes with a 4x4 drivetrain. Prices start at 1,590,000 pesos for the Isuzu Mu-X RZ4 E4x2 LS Automatic to 2,450,000 pesos for the Isuzu Mu-X 3.0 L 4x4 LSE Automatic. Mitsubishi Motors Philippines has added 2 more dealerships to its nationwide network, Mitsubishi Global City and Mitsubishi Valenzuela. Opened with partner Global Excellence Motors Incorporated, headed by successful automotive dealership operator of the AutoHub Group, the dealerships in Bonifacio Global City and Valenzuela City will certainly help bring Mitsubishi products and top-notch after-sales service within reach to more Filipinos in key areas in the metro. Mitsubishi Motors Global City is located at the heart of the business district in Bonifacio Global City. It offers a farm car display showroom along with more than sufficient service base and parking space for customers. With a showroom that can accommodate 7 vehicles, Mitsubishi Valenzuela is located at a highly developed area in Valenzuela City along MacArthur Highway, accessible to commercial areas and residential communities. Takeshi Hara, President and CEO of Mitsubishi Motors Philippines, says the opening of the 2 new dealerships in the middle of the pandemic is a testament to Mitsubishi's confidence in the management capabilities of the AutoHub Group and as well as optimism in seeing economic recovery. The challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic has not stopped Toyota Motor Philippines from opening a vehicle center to streamline the preparation and delivery of Toyota vehicles to its dealers nationwide. Toyota has inaugurated the Batangas Vehicle Center or BVC, a 32-hectare facility that will facilitate vehicle handling prior to inter-island transport and ultimately ensure promised delivery time and quality of Toyota vehicles for dealers and customers. During the inauguration, Toyota Motor Philippines Chairman Alfred T. said the BVC manifests Toyota's commitment to help the country overcome the difficulties caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. It also indicates Toyota's confidence that market demand for vehicles will increase as things slowly return to normal. Also at the inauguration, Toyota Motor Philippines President Atsuhiro Okamoto said the operation of BVC is essential to Toyota's distribution network that will address increasing market demands.
Our car of the week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. This edition of Showcase checks out Volkswagen's entry in the subcompact SUV segment, the T-Cross SE.
Volkswagen Philippines brought in the T-Cross to join the melee in the subcompact SUV market. The T-Cross arrived in the country with some confidence after selling over 300,000 units worldwide, just some 2 years since being launched back in 2018. Volkswagen must have done something right with the T-Cross to convince more than 300,000 people from over 55 countries to bring one home in so short a time. The T-Cross looks good from all angles. Volkswagen designers seem to have hit the sweet spot of sporty, conventional, and distinctive in its latest SUV. Sharp character lines, just the right amount of chrome for grille and bumper, and top and exterior functionalities. Volkswagen Philippines brought in 2 variants of the German brand's latest SUV, the T-Cross S and the T-Cross SE. The S only gets halogen headlights while the SE gets the LED. The SE also gets daytime running lights and front fog lamp with corner light function and rear fog lamps. The electric outside rear view mirrors double as side turn lamps. The front wipers have intermittent control. Roof rails add functionality. Rear spoiler adds to sporty look. Also quite sporty are the alloy wheels, 16-inch rims with 205/60 R16 tires for the S and 17-inch for the SE with 205/55 R17 tires. At 4,218mm long, 1,760mm wide, and 1,599mm tall, with a 2,651mm wheelbase, the T-Cross straddles the narrow divide between subcompact and compact category. This allows Volkswagen Philippines to price the Philippine spec T-Cross in the subcompact category while offering compact segment interior dimensions helped along by the longest wheelbase in chosen segment. Getting into the T-Cross SE is as easy as putting the key fob in pocket. Volkswagen calls it proprietary system KESI Entry Go. Inside, one gets to realize the T-Cross has roomy interiors for an SUV in its class. The seats in the SE use a combination of leather and fabric upholstery with stitching that matches exterior colors of the T-Cross. This is carried over to the color of the interior panel. The driver's seat adjusts 6 ways but only manually. The front passenger seat adjusts 4 ways. Between the front seats is an armrest that slides and adjusts for height. Look up and one finds a panoramic sunroof, something that's getting popular these days. The dash and instrumentation feature a multifunction display, while ambient light adds some atmosphere to riding in the T-Cross. Other comfort and convenience features include air conditioning with pollen filter and rear vent, one-touch up and down power windows, and central door locking. The T-Cross comes with a multifunction steering wheel that has controls for, among other things, cruise control and the audio system. The infotainment system on the SE comes with 9.2-inch touchscreen display, Apple CarPlay compatibility, hand gesture control, and 4 speakers. There are also 12-watt sockets and USB ports for front and rear seat passengers. The T-Cross brought in the country is powered by a 1,498cc 4-cylinder engine that generates 113 PS and 145 Nm of torque. The engine drives the front wheels via a 6-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission with Smart Mode that gives the driver some control over gear shifts. Volkswagen claims the T-Cross can attain 0 to 100 km per hour in 13.3 seconds and a top speed of 185 km per hour. This should be good enough for daily use in city traffic and should also make for a fun drive in countryside roads. Independent front McPherson struts and semi-independent composite torsion beam in the rear absorb road imperfections with little drama. While the brake system using this on all 4 wheels, ventilated in front, provide confident stopping power. Helping out in this is the anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution. Driving on hilly terrains or wet conditions is made easier with driver assist technology in the T-Cross that includes hill hold control, anti-slip regulation, electronic stabilization program. For safety, there are driver and front seat passenger airbags, side airbags, head curtains, 3-point ELR seatbelts, and ISOFIX teethers. Parking is also made easier and safer with rear parking distance control and rear camera. Finally, the Volkswagen T-Cross also comes with immobilizer and tire pressure monitor.
Volkswagen Philippines reports that T-Cross got a good reception from SUV buyers following its local introduction. This bodes well for VW as we head deeper into the Burr months. That's our featured vehicle on this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
I think my dad is secretly a superhero. He's the coolest, smartest, strongest person alive. No matter where we go, he always makes sure I feel safe. And he isn't afraid of anything. My dad likes to call that the power to lead. I call it his superpower.
Be part of the 2021-2022 Autofocus People's Choice Awards, the only nationwide poll to determine the country's most popular car brands and models. It's easy. Log on to bit.ly/AFPCA2021, then vote for as many as 5 different models that you believe should become the 2021-2022 Autofocus Automobile of the Year in separate, standard, and premium luxury categories. Vote every day until November 30, 2021. The Autofocus People's Choice Awards. Who will win? You choose, you decide. Vote now.
All-new Isuzu Mu X. Take the lead.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
We now have our segment that dwells on the wide array of motoring problems, not only in the metro, but all over the country as well. This is where we present problems referred to us, or we ourselves see and hope to fully find solutions for. Our public service segment is next.
Ever since the pandemic started, national and some local government units have pushed for active transportation like cycling. And in the past, we have spotlighted challenges that cyclists encounter even up to this point. That is, having to share their exclusive lane to other motorists. In this public service, we will highlight a road and traffic development in Pasig that could be one of the solutions to this problem in the city. And more importantly, we'll branch into other benefits aimed for the general motoring public and will lead to more road inclusivity. Those who are passing by Shaw Boulevard between Barangay Capitolio and Capitol Commons should know by now what changed in the area. In case you missed it, there is now what they call as Capitolio intersection, which is said to be friendly not only to cyclists but to pedestrians as well. In addition, it is also seen to benefit motorists too. First off, for the cyclists, we may be familiar with bike lanes, but what are bike boxes? According to reports, these are the designated priority areas for cyclists which are extended from the bike lanes. This is where they can wait and safely turn left. Pedestrians, on the other hand, can now get to the other side of the street without having to use the stairs. Meanwhile, motorists are said to benefit with smooth traffic flow, reduced congestion, as well as travel time. Since the intersection has just recently opened, we are yet to see the long-term effects of this development. But here's hoping that everyone, as mentioned, will benefit. kudos to the people behind this.
That's our public service segment this week. And should you yourself encounter motoring problems that need immediate attention, please feel free to contact us. See the details being flashed on your screen. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, please don't forget to check us out on social media.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 35th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Happy motoring!